Hello, everyone. Ella here. I haven't seen you in forever. Oh, but here comes some attention for you from Whiskey. So, today we are going to talk about the top 5 marketing mistakes that people are making, or that make sure you're not making these mistakes, right? Because, marketing. Ah! So, the number one mistake that writers specifically are making is not doing it. So yeah, it's a big marketing mistake if you're not doing your marketing or waiting until the very last minute to be like, oh shoot, I gotta do marketing. So you guys, you need to do your marketing now. You can start now. Anytime in your writing process, you can start marketing now. And marketing, it sounds scary, but let's go through the mistakes and then we'll talk more a little bit about it. Okay. The second mistake is overcomplicating things. Okay, so there's so many tactics. There's so many things. Like I read a thing on Reddit that said, this little strategy that you could do if you put the, there's so many tactics. And what happens is they can get really, really distracting. So I want to take it back down to the core of marketing, which is writing a really good book. Okay. The better quality your book is, the better your marketing has to work with, number one. And then, so here's the thing. Okay. Writing a book and then telling people about it in a natural way. Okay. In a natural way, in a way that you would tell people. So it's just like trying to lose weight, you guys. There's all these like, oh, I'm on the keto diet. I'm on the paleo diet. Yes. But we all know what actually works is eating healthy and exercising. Like eating healthy and exercising. There's so many tactics that you can get into, but the core is eating healthy and exercising. And that's the same with marketing your book. There's tactics all over the place, but the core thing that will work, and yes, there's some things that will make it more effective and less effective, but the core thing is writing a really good book and then telling people about it in a natural way. April said, marketing can be fun. I know. It's so true, because we've talked about that. It doesn't, well, if you market with me, marketing is fun. Okay. The number 3 mistake is not collecting emails, okay, or not having a newsletter. So I know social media, I love social media, and I recommend that everybody have social media accounts for your author stuff. But you don't have any control over Facebook's algorithms. You don't have any control over Twitter's algorithms. You don't have control over who's going to see your stuff when. If you go onto Facebook and if somebody goes onto Facebook and likes your author page, and then 6 months goes by, and that's when you release your next book, let's say, chances are they're not going to see it unless they are constantly on your Facebook page. So, transition people, get them to your email newsletter, because you don't have to send a lot of stuff out. You could send a newsletter once a month, but then when that 6 month passes, then you have, you can send them an email saying, hey, my book is out now, and they will go and buy it if they, if they want, but at least they'll see it. So they can buy it. Hi, Carrie. Okay, so just a little mini recap. The number 1 marketing mistake is not doing it. Like, just pretending it's not there. The number 2 marketing mistake is overcomplicating things and getting distracted by tactics. Like, what if I do this? What about this? What about this? Little strange little, what if I, have the wrong category on Amazon? It matters, but it matters a little bit. The core of marketing is to write a really good book and tell people about it in a natural way. Number 3 mistake is to not collect emails and not have a newsletter. In fact, I have a story to go with that. I had actually found an author that I really liked, and I went to her website and I emailed her, and it went to her spam. and so like 6 months later, she was like, I just found this email. And I had just filled out the form on her website. So that's kind of like, I like this author. I really liked her book. And I was like, when's your next book coming out? And imagine yourself in the author's place. Imagine yourself that you've put a book out and one of your super fans is emailing you saying, I loved your book so much. When is the next book coming out? And you don't have any way to communicate with her. Like I sent her I filled out her contact form. So make sure that doesn't happen. Make sure that your super fans have a way to contact you and that you have a way to get to them. Okay? That's what the email newsletter list is for. The number 4 mistake that people make with their marketing, that authors make, is the buy my book strategy. Okay? So we've all seen the strategy in action, which is somebody goes into a Facebook group or on a Facebook page and they're like, hey, this is my book, buy it. and that's the whole thing. The buy my book strategy is not a good strategy because social media is social. Okay, so each Facebook group, it's almost like going into a club or something. It's going to some, like everybody in each little let's imagine each little Facebook group is a room full of people who are socializing. They're like, hey, ooh, yeah, I like that. What are you doing? Oh, I'm doing this. Like, that's what each Facebook group is. And then somebody comes in and all they say to everybody in each room is, buy my book. And you're like, wait, you didn't even say hi. Like, I didn't even get a chance to get to know you. So the buy my book strategy, even though I said earlier, tell people about your book, I meant in a natural way, because the buy my book strategy, it actually creates the opposite effect of what you want. What you want people to buy your book, but it really turns people off. So don't make the mistake of using that strategy as like an effective strategy. It's a big mistake. Please don't do it. Please don't do it. Please, start socializing with people and then naturally inviting them to your book. The number five mistake that marketers make, and this is a big one, is putting your faith into kind of iffy sources. So here's the thing, you guys are superstars. I think that, but you're kind of vulnerable. You can be really vulnerable when it comes to marketing. And this is because you guys are writers, you're artists, you're creatives, you are like so awesome. But when it comes to marketing, it's a little bit scary. It feels a lot better to hire somebody or to have somebody come and do it for you than to have to do it yourself. And so there's quite a few kind of like some of the small publishing houses, and I'm not saying any specific, but if somebody comes to you and they're like, I can do all this for you and it'll cost you like $0, then they're going to be making their money somewhere else and you guys are vulnerable. So what you want to do is make sure you know enough about marketing that you're not being taken advantage of, okay? Because when you educate yourself and this is what's appropriate or this is what's really, true about marketing, and this is a little bit too good to be true, or I know somebody who they were contacted by somebody, they're like, this person wants to publish my book. And the person was the numbers that they gave her were like, you could get this many people to buy your book, this many people to get your book for free. And then you can get like 30% royalties. And I was like, wait a minute. I was like, Amazon gives you 70% royalties on a book. It's $2.99 or more. And I could get you those kind of numbers. Like I got those kind of numbers on my last book, and and I didn't do hardly any marketing on it. So knowing what's good and educating yourself just a little bit about marketing can save your butt. Okay, because you guys are so awesome, but you can be a little bit vulnerable when it comes to marketing because it's scary, and naturally vulnerable, but there's a solution. The educating yourself about marketing is something that I can help you with. So in the Facebook, in the group, in the All Writers Welcome group, there's a bunch of videos, and if you can see one of me making some goofy face, because a screenshot of me making a goofy face, those are all marketing videos. So go ahead and watch them, educate yourself, and because there's a lot of content there. You can also, if you don't want to have to just look those up, you can go to sign up for the All Writers Welcome newsletter, and we will send the videos to your email. So to sign up for the newsletter, it's allwriterswelcome.com/newsletter, and you will get notified of these Facebook Lives before they happen. And we will send you other tips and tricks about writing and marketing and self-publishing straight to your inbox. Yeah, so please sign up and join the newsletter so that you can have the education that you need so that you're not taken advantage of. So one more time quickly through the top 5 marketing mistakes. 1, not doing it. That's a big marketing mistake, not doing it. 2, overcomplicating things. Marketing is kind of like dieting. You do the right things. We all know there's a lot of strategies and tactics, but the core of marketing is writing a really good book and then naturally telling it to people. Number 3, not collecting emails and not having a newsletter. That's a big mistake because that's the best way to communicate with your audience. I know social media is very attractive and it is awesome and you should have it. But when it comes to marketing and selling your books, having an email newsletter is the number 1 way. Okay, the number 4 mistake. Hi, Charlie. Number 4 mistake is the buy my book strategy, which we've all seen, and it actually turns people off. So don't just go into each Facebook group and be like, here's my book, it's on sale. Here's my book, buy it. Because it actually turns people off to the other way. I have never bought a book from somebody for that strategy, and I read a lot. Okay, the number 5 mistake is putting your faith in iffy sources. So you guys are vulnerable. If somebody's asking you to pay money, you want to know that you're paying money to the right people, that they're going to be able to do what you need them to do. So educate yourself a little bit about marketing, sign up to our newsletter, make sure that you know what you need to know so that if you do want to spend money, because I'm not against that, but that you're doing it for the right people and with the right outcome in mind. Okay, so our newsletter is at allwriterswelcome.com/newsletter, and I hope that you guys got something useful out of this so that you guys are not making those mistakes, and that you kind of know like a take action step. Take action step is to go into a here's a take action step. Go into a Facebook group. Go into a Facebook group, find a kitty, go into a Facebook group and start a conversation with a potential reader, with a potential customer. And it doesn't have to be anything about your book. It can just be a conversation, just like you would if you were hanging out with somebody at a bookstore. You're like, oh, hey, how you doing? Yeah, what do you read? And that is marketing. Building friendships is marketing. So go ahead and do that. And then if the conversation takes a turn, naturally you can invite them to look at your book. Okay, thank you so much, you guys. And take action step number 2, sign up for the newsletter. Also, I'm planning on having a 5-day marketing challenge coming up in the next week. So keep your eye out for that. Another reason to sign up for the newsletter is you'll get the notification for that 5-day marketing challenge in the newsletter. Okay, thank you guys so much and have a wonderful day. This is Ella from All Writers Welcome.